Well, it's been a rough 36 hours for Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency which has captured a large swath of believers, including many of the biggest names on Wall Street. Interestingly, some of the rationale for buying cryptocurrency is the same that gold bugs have been telling us for years justifies owning gold, and the reason why gold prices will go higher. But it appears the metal is losing its shine, and more investors are opting for Bitcoin, and well, now it is war.
You have the bubble gang legacy guys like the Tulip Mania, Dennis Gartmans, or Nouriel Roubini, or the gold entomologist Peter Schiff. These guys have been wrong for months and years and decades even.
Crypto author Jason Williams threw down the gauntlet, and now Euro-Pacific capital Peter Schiff is accepting the challenge. The peer joins me now. All right, I want to begin with you, Jason, because you called out Peter and the others. Why are you upset about this gold crowd and what their opinions may be on Bitcoin?
Well, you know, look, I think they've got it wrong, and I'm watching gold be kind of drained of its market cap, and I actually believe over time, in the next, say, 10 years, that Bitcoin will surpass gold's market cap.
Peter, you know, I've been reading on social media where this whole thing, you actually started this whole thing. Many are saying that you're jealous, that gold has lost its luster, and that it's just, you know, the arguments are great, except Bitcoin fills those arguments better.
Look, all Bitcoin is the latest iteration of fool's gold, and anybody buying it is ultimately a fool. Sure, if you bought it and it went up, you have the opportunity to sell to another person who doesn't realize that it's just a scheme. But most people are hodling it. They're not going to sell it because they're under the delusion that Bitcoin is going to be money one day. Well, it's never going to be money. It doesn't fit the very definition of money. Money needs to be a commodity. It needs to have actual value unto itself, not just a use as a medium of exchange. Now, in America today and most of the world, nobody actually uses money. We use currency, which is a money substitute. And there are two types of currency. There's legitimate currency, where you have paper that is issued but backed by real money, which is what the Federal Reserve used to issue in the United States. And then you have fiat currency, which is paper money backed by nothing, which is what we have now. Well, Bitcoin is like a fiat digital currency. It's backed by nothing, except it doesn't even have legal tender status. So it's worse than traditional fiat currencies. And people who are buying it are going to wake up one day and they're just going to be a bag holder.
Jason, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting point that Peter's making, because on schiffgold.com, he accepts Bitcoin for gold payment. And I'm just shocked about about that.
Yeah, again, we don't accept payment in gold. Nobody. Gold. Well, see, that is part of the marketing, the lies to try to sucker people into Bitcoin. There's a company called Pay. And what BitPay does is, if you have Bitcoin, it lets you sell your Bitcoin and get dollars, and then you can buy something from merchants. So Schiff Gold, we accept dollars for gold. But if you have Bitcoin, you can go through BitPay, and they will buy your Bitcoin and give you dollars, and you can use those dollars to buy your gold. But nowhere is Bitcoin being used as money.
Jason, what's your response, though, to what Peter said with respect to Bitcoin being a modern-day version of fool's gold?
Look, I think Peter's take on Bitcoin is completely wrong. It's been completely wrong ever since he got introduced to Bitcoin. I think he first saw Bitcoin at $1 or $3. Max Kaiser showed it to him. He passed on it.
It wasn't quite that low, but I think it was around $10. But it wasn't Max Kaiser who showed it to me.
Yeah, but let's not. $1, $10. Peter, can we let Jason finish, though? You know, we gave you the floor. Let Jason get his thoughts in too.
Right. So he's totally missed it. He's doubled down on that position. So he uses hyperbole and this skeuomorphic design approach to his thesis on Bitcoin. And it's totally wrong. I mean, if you look objectively at gold's performance over the last 5 years, it's down 98% against Bitcoin. It's down 72% against Bitcoin in the last 3 months. It's down 52% against Bitcoin in the last month. And it's down 75% against Bitcoin in the last 12 months. It's just not.
You can make that argument if you compare. You can compare Bitcoin to any asset and make that argument. Why are you choosing gold? Why do you compare it to the S&P 500? Why do you compare it to real estate or bonds? Bitcoin and gold have nothing in common. And let me finish, because you're trying to suckle some people into losing their money. Let me speak. Just because the price of Bitcoin has gone up doesn't mean anything I've ever said about it is wrong. I've always said that it was a bubble.
Right.
And I've always said I have no idea how big the bubble is going to get before it pops. But what I do know for sure, and no one has proven me wrong, is that it's a bubble, because Bitcoin is not being used for anything that all the Bitcoin promoters promised it would be used for. It's used for one thing only, and
let me
that's
jump in for 1 second. I will say that Bitcoin could be used at a lot of places, but it appears people believe the value of Bitcoin is so much that they'd rather hold it as an investment for right now. So I understand why it's not being used actively.
It's too expensive to use it, Charles.
I'll give you the final word on this. The gold folks are pushing back. Peter's pushing back on this. A lot of tweets that I saw just said that there was some sort of generational divide, okay, boomer kind of thing. But when you get down to it, in 10 years, Jason, where will Bitcoin be? Where will gold be?
Well, I think Bitcoin will, in the next decade, have a market cap around $11 trillion, and I expect gold's market cap to actually decline. You're seeing the capital outflows happening right now. JP Morgan, I believe, announced a big move into Bitcoin, and they're moving away from gold. It's just the facts are facts. And
this is all fancy. Right? The institutions aren't moving into Bitcoin. There are a couple. That is the exception, not the rule. They're not moving out of gold. They haven't. They never even moved into gold. JP Morgan is
Peter, in 10 years. In 10 years, where will Bitcoin be? Where will gold be?
Look, I have no idea where the Bitcoin is going to be. I mean, people could still be hodling it. My feeling is that bubble is not going to last another 10 years. So I think the price probably will be much lower than it is today. I mean, I thought 20,000 was going to be the peak of the bubble for a while, but it appears that they were able another bubble blown to make it bigger. But look,
Jason,
Bitcoin
Peter,
is pure risk.
Thank you. We got to leave it there, guys. I apologize. It was great. We went further than we anticipated, and I hope to bring you both back very soon. Jason, Peter, thank you both very much. Appreciate the passion there.